According to a recent Gallup study, a staggering 77% of employees globally find themselves disengaged from their work. Even more alarming, over half of these people surveyed expressed their active pursuit of new job opportunities. Now, if you're in a leadership role, these statistics should give you a reason to pause, reflect, and to truly be alarmed. After all, as a leader, your success and the success of your team and the organization is tied to the strengths, motivation, and dedication of your team members. So let's explore the major reasons that compel people to quit their jobs and also look into effective strategies that you can implement to foster an environment in which your team members not only stay, but truly thrive. Hello and a very warm welcome to the channel. My name is Sabine Renner. I'm an organization psychologist, leadership coach and trainer, and a former corporate finance professional with over a decade of hands-on corporate and leadership experience. And on this channel, I provide you with insight that will empower you to excel in your career and advance in your leadership journey. Let's look into some of the numbers for a moment to set the scene. According to Gallup's research, a staggering 60% of employees surveyed find themselves in a state of quiet quitting, which means that they are typically filling a seat, glancing at the clock, and experiencing a profound sense of disconnection from their workplace. Can you imagine the untapped potential of those individuals waiting to be unleashed? Now, the researchers then went the extra mile and asked these employees a pivotal question. What would you change about your workplace to actually make it better? The responses were revealing, with 85% of them falling into three crucial categories, shedding some light on the key areas that cause employees to quit and that therefore require our attention. Let's zoom into these more closely, starting with the most important category, which is built around the theme of culture and engagement and brought in 41% of all responses. Now, this category encompasses a broad variety of different topics from which, in a nutshell, 3 tips can be derived that you should pay attention to. Here they are. Tip number 1. Appreciate your team. People flourish when their efforts and contributions are acknowledged and appreciated. Boosting morale and fostering a sense of belonging are essential elements of effective leadership. And as a manager, it's so crucial to consistently recognize your team members' accomplishments, to provide positive feedback, and to offer to them opportunities to shine. Honest appreciation for their work and contributions will really inspire a culture of excellence. Now, if you're interested in mastering the art of effective feedback, check out my video on the topic. You'll find a link in the description box below. Tip number 2. Empower your team. Employees really yearn for growth and advancement in their careers, and demonstrating a commitment to their future by providing learning and skill-enhancing opportunities not only benefits them, but also amplifies their contributions to the team and the organization, and therewith strengthen you. Understanding your team members' aspiration really enables you to offer intentional and impactful professional development opportunities. Now, I get it, sometimes resources might be tight, but there are indeed cost-effective on-the-job alternatives that can help your team members progress and thrive. Empowering your team also means to grant autonomy where autonomy is warranted. If your team member has all the capabilities and experience needed to do a job, let him or her do it and get out of the way. Empowering your employees with autonomy over their work is such a great way to instill a sense of ownership and motivation. So really reflect on whether you provide your team members with the freedom to make decisions and take ownership of their projects, or if you tend to micromanage them, which might be hindering your team's members' growth potential. Tip number 3. Communicate clearly and openly. Clear communication is vital to prevent confusion and frustration. Help your team members get a better understanding of the bigger picture and the why behind the project they are working on. This empowers employees to strive for success while understanding the significance of their tasks in the bigger picture. Effective goal setting and delegation skills are key aspects of leadership that drive results and are very important in this regard. If you're interested in delving further into these topics, I've linked to videos below for your reference. Communicating is, however, not a one-way street. So encourage an open communication and invite your team members to share their ideas, concerns, and feedback, which then creates an environment where collaboration can truly thrive. By embracing these tips, you will inspire a motivated and committed team that not only performs well, but is also more likely to stay and flourish within your organization. The second category, which came in at 28%, is pay and benefits. Ensuring fair and competitive pay is not only a matter of monetary compensation, it is a crucial factor that impacts an employee's overall satisfaction and dedication. As a manager, you might not be the ultimate decision maker regarding pay-related matters, but you possess the opportunity to influence these decisions positively. Here are several tips for you. Tip number 1. Set expectations. While you might not have full control over the decision, you can manage expectations by being transparent about what is possible within the organization's current structure. Avoid over-promising and set realistic expectations while keeping your team informed of any changes or updates. Now, we've already talked about the importance of championing professional development, and I really do believe that it plays a key role in the context of pay and benefits too as well, as there is oftentimes a link between professional growth and potential pay increases. So advise your team members on the importance of continuous growth and development and encourage them to enhance their qualifications and skills so that they can actually position themselves for increased compensation opportunities. Tip number 2 relates to showcasing employee value. As a manager, you have a unique opportunity to observe your team members' work and dedication. Ensure that your upper management is aware of the contribution that your team makes to the organizational success. Articulate the value your team and each of the members brings to the table, highlighting individual accomplishments and team achievements. And then tip number 3 is to foster a culture of recognition. While monetary rewards are important, non-financial recognition also plays a crucial role in boosting employee morale and satisfaction. Celebrate achievements and milestones and acknowledge outstanding efforts made within your team to foster a culture of appreciation and support. And really, by leveraging your influence and being transparent and effectively managing expectations, you can have such a positive impact on the financial recognition of your team members. And by doing so, you create an environment where your team feels valued, motivated, and empowered. The third crucial category, coming in at 16%, is well-being. With employee well-being, both physical and mental, being important not only with regard to productivity, but also with regard to fulfillment at work. Nurturing a workplace culture that prioritizes employee well-being fosters a positive and productive environment that can make such a huge difference in employees' engagement levels and willingness to stay. As a manager, you really do play a key role in this regard. Here are some important aspects to consider and practical suggestions to promote the well-being within your team. Tip number 1. Manage workload and overtime. Monitor the workload of your team members to prevent excessive overtime and burnout. Collaborate with your team to set realistic expectations, to prioritize tasks and define boundaries so that it becomes easier to find a healthy way of integrating work and life. And one of the most important things you can do in this regard is to lead by example, meaning to prioritize your own well-being and to let your actions speak for themselves. This idea also includes encouraging an open communication where employees feel comfortable discussing their workload and seeking assistance when needed. Tip number 2. Lead with empathy. Demonstrate honest concern for your team members' well-being by being empathetic and understanding, by showing your support during challenging times and offering a listening ear when they need somebody to talk to. Also, try to understand their needs. Do they, for example, due to family-related reasons, need more remote work options or more flexible work hours? If feasible, how can you provide these? And then tip number 3 is to foster a connected community. Facilitate opportunities for team members to connect and to grow together as a team. Organize team building activities, virtual coffee breaks, or even in-person gatherings if possible. A supportive community fosters a sense of belonging and enhances overall well-being. And by actively promoting well-being, you create an environment where your team members feel valued, supported, and empowered. And investing in their well-being not only enhances the individual's satisfaction, but also leads to higher productivity, increased engagement, and reduced turnover. I hope you gain valuable knowledge on how to keep your team members actively engaged so that you can co-create a success story at work. If so, hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your feedback. Be sure to subscribe for empowering content and regular tips on excelling in your career and advancing on your leadership journey. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.